School shooter Ethan Crumbley now in custody. Jennifer and James Crumbley arrested after authorities found them hiding out in Detroit.
They're accused of not doing enough to stop their son from allegedly killing and injuring people on Tuesday. ABC's Karina Mitchell has the latest.
James and Jennifer Crumbley are now being held separately in the same jail as their son Ethan. Their capture came after they failed to turn themselves into authorities in Oakland County when warrants were issued for their arrest. They were caught in nearby Detroit.
If there's no culpability, why would you go be in a warehouse in Detroit?
Police believe the couple had help getting into that warehouse and say anyone who assisted them may also face charges. Lawyers for the Crumbleys say their clients weren't running and were going to turn themselves in on Saturday.
That's fine. We don't wait for that.
In a court appearance, they were charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the deaths of 4 students from Oxford High School, both pleading not guilty. Prosecutors say their son Ethan carried out the shooting using a gun purchased by his father days earlier as a Christmas present for him. Prosecutors also say the Crumbleys were aware of disturbing and violent drawings found on their son's desk the morning of the shooting.
Your Honor, this is a very serious, horrible, terrible murder and shooting, and it has affected the entire community. And these 2 individuals could have stopped it.
The judge set their bond at $500,000 each. They could face up to 4 15-year prison sentences if convicted. Their son Ethan has been charged as an adult with more than 24 counts, including 4 counts of first-degree murder. He's pleaded not guilty. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
I got most of the Christmas lights up last week, right after Thanksgiving. Turned them on. I had some things to finish up yesterday, and let me tell you what unfun it is to be out there sweating, stringing Christmas lights and putting up angels and all this fun Christmas stuff.
It doesn't really make sense, no.
But made a good cold front.
Justin Horn, I think, was putting his lights out the other day, and he posted a picture on Facebook and said, nothing like putting out Christmas lights and swatting mosquitoes away.
Yes, those 2.
South Texas style, yes. If you thought to yourself today, it's warm. Yes, it is warmer than it should be. I don't know what's going to happen now. This is like Nightbeat after dark, so I don't really know what's going to happen. So. Yeah, we'll be after midnight. My 7-day changes, so I'm going to have to make sure that that's ready to go. Time lapse from today shows we started off pretty gray. There were some areas of mist and some fog as well, and we'll see more of that by dawn tomorrow morning. A little bit of clearing this evening, but as you can see on this time lapse, the clouds really have started to fill back in, even just over the past couple hours. So we're at 70 at the airport. Our dew point is very elevated. Remember, we can't get any cooler. Our temperature can't drop below the dew point. So with our dew points in the upper 60s in a lot of places, we won't be getting much cooler than that overnight. And we do have some very muggy air in place all across South and Central Texas. Wind speeds, a little bit of a mixed bag. Generally, the direction is, of course, out of the south and southeast, so that's pulling in the Gulf moisture and keeping it in place. But we've got calm winds from New Braunfels up through the Hill Country in Gillespie County. There are also calm winds in Carrizo Springs. Also, calm winds down a little bit closer to the Gulf Coast. Elsewhere, wind speeds are about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But what stuck out to me there was that calm wind in Victoria. That's where we're starting to see visibilities drop below a mile, even into half a mile territory. So where you get the really calm winds when wind speeds drop off, that really helps fog to start to develop. So we're starting to see some fairly dense fog down along a portion of the Gulf Coast, or a little bit closer to the Gulf Coast, I should say. And as we head through the rest of the night into the overnight hours, fog will continue to develop elsewhere. It will likely be fairly patchy. We won't have calm winds everywhere overnight, so that will keep the fog patchy. But where it does set up, it could be dense. This will also lead to some areas of mist and even some patchy drizzle through early tomorrow morning. So unfortunately for the marathon and half marathon that starts right about 7 tomorrow morning, it's not going to be ideal conditions, unfortunately. Now, winds should be light, so that will help out just a little bit, but pretty messy, kind of damp and gray in the morning. Slow clearing into tomorrow afternoon. I don't anticipate as much clearing tomorrow as what we saw today. A few peaks of sun, yes, but even with keeping a lot of clouds around tomorrow afternoon, our temperatures still jumping into the mid to upper 70s, about 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year, and humid. throughout the day Sunday. Now, if you're ready to shake the humidity, that will come on Monday. Notice our dew points fall out of muggy territory on Monday into Tuesday, down into the 50s and 40s. They do a little back and forth during the back half of the week, but we should get to enjoy some lower humidity Monday and a portion of the day on Tuesday because of our next cold front that tonight is still way off to the northwest. So during the day Sunday, it will start to make some southward progress, but across Texas, not just here at home, but all across Texas, it is going to be another unseasonably warm December day. Our high temperatures here locally back in the mid to upper 70s and even some low 80s. But Monday things change. This front will drop through. In San Antonio, about mid to late morning, we'll see our high temperature for the day likely before lunchtime. And then by Monday afternoon, we're looking at temperatures falling into the 50s. So here's how your temperature forecast for Monday stands now. A high likely before lunchtime, right in the upper 60s, low 70s, and the front comes through, and we should see our temperatures take a nice tumble into the afternoon, down into the 50s. Things will turn breezy and less humid Monday afternoon. So that's what this arrow is here. We're talking an early day high and then temperatures falling, and we'll stay a bit cooler through Tuesday. As far as rain goes, we're really just looking at some isolated light rain Monday with the arrival of that front. Some overrunning, some moisture Tuesday will also result in some spotty light rain Tuesday. And then we're back in the upper 70s heading into the back half of next week. Another front slated for the start of next weekend, guys.
Well, and for tomorrow, you know, those marathon runners, they've been training for a while. So part of that was in the summer.
Yeah. I guess that's what we can count on for the holidays here in South Texas. We'll have to deal with it. Thank you, Katie. All right, Larry, UTSA Roadrunners are champs.
You know what? It was fun being there at the Alamo Dome last night when they won the game on the last play and all the fans charged the field and Coach Traylor got drenched with the Gatorade bath. Yep, there he is holding the trophy. We got more on Conference USA champion UTSA coming up. Plus, today, Incarnate Word gave number 1 Sam Houston State all it could handle. Coming up. There was a big party at the Alamo Dome after UTSA beat Western Kentucky 49-41 last night to win the 2021 Conference USA Football Championship. The Roadrunners are surrounded by a sea of their best friends, 41,118 fans, the third largest crowd in program history on hand to witness Birds Up taking care of business. First quarter, Sincere McCormick scores from 2 yards out to put the Roadrunners on top for good, 14-10. And then the two slugged it out the rest of the way. Final play, Hilltoppers Hail Mary, Bailey Zappi going deep, but the Roadrunners' Jamal Sam intercepts the ball. And that's your ball game. Time to hit Jeff Traylor with the Gatorade bath and rush the field as conference champions.
We ain't scared of 9 and we ain't scared of losing. We proved that last week. We went ahead and lost for y'all one time. So we didn't blink. These guys were focused all week. I mean, laser focused. They were an absolute dream this week. I mean, they were desperate. There was nobody prosperous in our locker room. They were just a blast.
Sincere McCormick rushed for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns to win game MVP. Now, after the game, we saw him outside the Alamo Dome loading dock area talking with family and his little daughter. And we asked him what's he going to do with the MVP trophy, and he said he's going to give it to his mom to keep at her house. UTSA will learn its bowl destination tomorrow around 2 p.m. FCS playoffs second round action. Incarnate Word at number 1 Sam Houston State. Fourth quarter, Cardinals down 7 and QB Cameron Ward hits Trevor Beggy and he finds pay dirt 62 yards, and this game is tied at 42 with 8:50 to go. The Bearcats would answer back on their very next drive, a 2-yard quarterback keeper by Eric Schmid, and it's 49-42 home team. Ensuing drive, 4th and goal, Cardinals from the 4. Ward keeps it, but he gets tackled down 1 yard shy, and that's their final play of the season. And Cardinal Word falls 49-42 to finish 10-3. They were 13.5-point underdogs. Number 9 Baylor facing number 5 Oklahoma State for the Big 12 football championship. First quarter, Cowboys quarterback Spencer Sanders overthrows his target, and the ball goes right to J.T. Woods for the Bears interception, and the Steel Knight alum returns the ball 33 yards down to the Cowboys 11. Sanders was picked off 4 times today. Moments later, Blake Shapen fakes the handoff and lobs the ball to a wide-open Ben Sims from Clark High School, and the Bears go up 7-3. Baylor led 21-3 before the Cowboys made it close. Fourth quarter, Cowboys down 21-16. 4th and goal from the 1. Desmond Jackson carries it to the left side, but he can't get into the end zone. He dives and comes up just short. Baylor ball on downs with 24 seconds to go, and the Bears win the Big 12 championship 21-16. Take you to Dripping Springs for the fourth round of the Class 6A Division I playoffs. Undefeated Brennan taking on Lake Travis, and Cavalier alum Baker Mayfield in attendance today, and his alma mater controlling the majority of the first half. Handoff goes to running back Derek Johnson. He runs right through the Bears defense, breaking out of 4 tackles on his way to the end zone for a 32-yard touchdown. Lake Travis leads 21-3 at halftime. Fourth quarter, Brennan still battling. Quarterback Ashton DuBose eludes the rush and rolls right, then fires downfield for his brother Aaron DuBose, who absorbs a hit, stays on his feet, and races for the 58-yard score. It wasn't enough, though, to complete the comeback. The Bears fall in the state quarterfinals 42-17. The Fredericksburg Battling Billies playing Austin LBJ at the Alamo Dome in the Class 4A Division I regional final. Third quarter, Billy's driving. Cole Emil throws, and it's intercepted by the Jaguars' Tyrone Jarrells, and he races back 51 yards for a pick six. 2-point conversion failed, and LBJ led 25-3. Later in the quarter, the Billies strike. First and goal from the 5. Javier Rodriguez just gets the ball over the line. Touchdown, Battling Billies, but Austin LBJ wins 45-25. And coming up later in sports, the Spurs played at the Warriors tonight, seeking their 4th straight win. Guys?
I hope Baker paid some good money to whoever was watching First Energy Stadium while he was down here.
Right.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We want to start this half hour by telling you about some breaking news. A man is dead tonight after San Antonio police say he was shot at a West Side car wash. All of this happening around 9 o'clock tonight over on Northwestern and Wurzbach. That's right behind Ingram Park Mall.
And police tell us the suspect allegedly shot a man in the leg, then ran off, but he was later arrested. The victim was taken to University Hospital, where he died from his injuries. Details of what led up to the shooting still unknown, but we'll have updates as they become available on KSAT.com and GMSA. Well, a consistent message from health officials in the White House about the new Omicron variant of COVID-19. Be concerned, but don't panic.
Yeah, while Omicron is appearing in a growing number of states, the Delta variant is still causing 99% of the cases, according to the CDC director.
ABC's Alex Prochet has more.
Doctors and scientists are racing to learn more about the Omicron variant as it pops up in more parts of the country. The first case was reported several days ago, but even states with no confirmed cases are issuing warnings.
It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that it could possibly be in Oklahoma already.
Omicron was first detected in southern Africa, and one study there shows Omicron is spreading there twice as fast as the Delta variant.
A few weeks ago in South Africa, they were at about 200 to 300 cases a day. Now they're over 15,000.
Despite the many unknowns about Omicron, health officials stress that the best defense against it and other variants is still vaccination. And in the past few days, more and more Americans have been lining up to either get their first shot or a booster.
The science on this one's clear. The vaccines do help keep people from getting very sick from this virus, and the boosters provide an extra layer of protection.
22 states have seen upticks of about 10% or more in hospital admissions over the past week, according to officials.
Delta continues to drive cases across the country, especially in those who are unvaccinated.
Nearly 60,000 Americans are now hospitalized with COVID-19. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And we did reach out to Metro Health tonight to see if there are any updates on Omicron cases here in Bexar County. So far, there are none recorded. They say it could still be a couple weeks before we know if it has spread to our area, but they're asking people to exercise precautions.
Taking a look now at stories making headlines tonight. CNN has fired anchor Chris Cuomo after details emerged about how he assisted his brother, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, as he faced sexual harassment allegations earlier this year. The announcement made earlier today. Earlier this week, the network suspended Cuomo to investigate his conduct. New York's Attorney General releasing details showing he was way more involved in helping to strategize and reach out to other journalists as his brother fought to keep his job. CNN hiring a law firm to review the conduct, and they recommended termination. Cuomo issued a statement on Twitter calling the decision, quote, disappointing.
Honda has issued a recall on close to 725,000 SUVs. Honda says there's a problem with the hood latch that could cause the hood to open while driving. The car maker says the issue has been reported in 2019 Honda Passports, 2016 and 2019 Honda Pilots, and 2017 to 2020 Honda Ridgelines. No accidents or injuries have been reported. Owners of these cars should receive a notice by mid-January, and Honda says it will not charge for the repairs.
Another story making headlines tonight. The Santa Fe County District Attorney is responding to what Alec Baldwin said during his exclusive interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos. Kaylee Hartung has the details.
This morning, new fallout from George Stephanopoulos' exclusive interview with Alec Baldwin.
Honest to God, if I felt that I was responsible, I might have killed myself if I thought I was responsible. I don't say that lightly.
The Santa Fe District Attorney, who could press criminal charges, reacting first on ABC News.
You can see that he is devastated by what happened. I think that we could all see that he was not expecting that to happen, didn't want that to happen.
For the first time, the actor describing the moment he shot Helena Hutchins.
I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never. Never. That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at me and pull the trigger.
Baldwin saying he was following Hutchins' directions during a rehearsal and never pulled the trigger.
And I cocked the gun and go, "Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that?" And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No.
The FBI examining that gun and the ballistics to see if they back up Baldwin's story. The DA saying it may be early spring before the investigation is turned over to her.
There's no evidence that this was intentional. This was clearly an accident, but perhaps a criminal accident. Just because something is an accident doesn't mean that a criminal act didn't occur.
Alec Baldwin told ABC News he doesn't believe he will be criminally charged. Is he correct to make that statement this early in the investigation?
I would not say that.
Baldwin saying he had no reason to suspect a live round could be in the gun and insisting he is not responsible for Hutchins' death.
Your emotions are so clearly so right there on the surface. You felt shock, you felt anger, you felt sadness. Do you feel guilt?
No. I feel that there is. I feel that someone is responsible for what happened, and I can't say who that is, but I know it's not me.
Kaylee Hartung, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It's a West Side Story for a new generation. We have a sneak preview of what you can expect from the iconic film Remake, coming to theaters soon.
West Side Story, that timeless tale of star-crossed love, burst onto Broadway back in 1957, then onto the big screen in 1961.
60 years later, Steven Spielberg giving Tony and Maria's romance a fresh new film.
ABC's Chris Connolly sat down with the director and cast for a first look.
For 60 plus years, Tonight from West Side Story has been an anthem of love at first sight. Now, a new generation of moviegoers is getting its own fully reimagined West Side Story, thanks to Steven Spielberg, who's directing a musical for the first time in his unparalleled career. Why now?
The score's been in my life since I was 10 years old. My parents bought the original Broadway cast album for West Side Story and memorized every song. And it was my favorite musical my entire life.
Now he's at the helm for this saga of star-crossed lovers Tony and Maria, defying the gang wars of 1950s Manhattan and the scourge of divisiveness and hatred. To cast his dream project, Spielberg's team poured over video from 35,000 aspiring performers, including his eventual leading lady, Rachel Zegler.
I responded to an open casting call that our casting director, Cindy Tolan, posted on Twitter, and my friend McKenna from California sent it to me with the caption, "Thank me when you're famous."
I was looking for somebody who could act, sing, and dance. And most of our cast have never, 50 cast members have never been in a movie before, including Rachel, who is right out of playing Princess Fiona in her high school senior year production of Shrek.
At the forefront of Spielberg's thinking, showing how resonant this story of strife between rival gangs is for our own troubled era.
I actually think it's more relevant today than it was in '57 when they put it up on the boards for the first time.
Spielberg and his team brought in historical consultants and committed to casting Latinx performers to play all Puerto Rican characters. Why was that so important?
Because it's important that representation be authentic. To return to peace to the integrity that I think it deserves.
Chris Connolly, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Looks like a good one.
I would like another look at that Fiona costume.
Yeah, no
That was an
kidding.
interesting little tidbit
That was
there.
impressive.
That was very impressive.
High school.
Very impressive. Outside with live cam, the clouds are back. We had some clearing late this afternoon, this evening, but the clouds are rolling back in, and it'll be another gray and somewhat damp start to the day tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at your visibility forecast coming up in a couple of minutes. But first, high temperatures today, well above average for this time of year. It got as warm as 88 in Cotulla and in Laredo. The high was 82 in Del Rio and 85 in Pleasanton. Similar numbers for your Sunday, but then as we get into early next week, Monday and Tuesday, temperatures back to more seasonable levels. And Monday's high is actually a little deceiving. That will likely be for a lot of us a high temperature in the morning and then cooler in the afternoon. More on that and another look at your planning forecast coming up.
Okay, I've not put holiday lights out, but I guess I should wait for the next few days till that cold front comes through, and it will feel more like Christmas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just
A little bit better than yesterday.
Yeah, and tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow's going to be another
I know.
warm day, not very festive, and even as we cool down a little bit more, Monday it's not going to stick. We'll be back in the 70s eventually next week. So not uncommon for this time of year for us to have some back and forth like this. That's what happens when you're so close to the Gulf of Mexico. As soon as we dry out, those winds turn back around to the south and the humidity comes pouring back in. Currently, we are at 70 at the airport. Our average high this time of year is 67, so we're warmer now approaching midnight than we are on average at our warmest point in the afternoon. So it's warm, it's humid. Our dew points are still in the 60s for a lot of us. They're in the upper 60s, approaching oppressive territory when it comes to how muggy it feels out there. And visibility is starting to drop. Currently around San Antonio, Bexar County and the metro, we don't have any dense fog developing with the exception of some of our southeasternmost counties. Karnes County, you're fine, but across the southeastern portion of DeWitt County there, southeast of Cuero, it does look like we're starting to see some dense fog pop up, and we will have some patchy dense fog developing overnight through the early morning hours of Sunday. That does mean we could have some patchy fog around the San Antonio area for the marathon and half marathon tomorrow morning. Very similar to the past couple mornings. This will start to clear as we get closer to the 9 o'clock hour. And then we'll be just fine as far as visibility goes by midday. But I do expect a good amount of cloud cover to linger through tomorrow afternoon, even after that fog lifts. So overnight, staying cloudy. If it's not overcast where you are yet, it will eventually become overcast overnight, and then patchy fog, some mist and drizzle beginning to develop after midnight through early tomorrow morning. So a gray, somewhat damp start to the day. Will stay cloudy through lunchtime, temperatures near 70, and then back into the mid to upper 70s tomorrow afternoon. We saw a decent amount of clearing late this afternoon, early this evening, with more high clouds streaming overhead tomorrow. I'm going to keep us mostly cloudy through the afternoon. It will still feel warm. It will still feel humid. Thankfully, we'll have a bit more of a breeze tomorrow by the afternoon. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. So that will help us out just a little bit. I'm trying to find the silver lining here. So we got a lot of clouds, some low clouds, also high clouds streaming in from the south and from the west. Otherwise, pretty quiet across Texas and the southern plains, quiet out on the west coast and really across the southern tier of the country. There's clouds, but not a whole lot to see as far as rain or snowfall goes, but there is some decent snow falling across the northern plains through a portion of Minnesota over to Wisconsin and toward the Great Lakes, and there is some much colder air well off to the north as well. A front starting to drop south out of Canada across portions of the Rockies there in the northern plains. This will start to make southward progress tomorrow, still way to our north by tomorrow afternoon. So we are looking at another warm and humid day tomorrow, but things change on Monday. We've got this front that will be dropping through. It looks like it gets to San Antonio right about mid to late morning, let's say 9 to 11 a.m. With a broken line of some showers, so we will carry a window here for some isolated rain with this front. Nothing that's going to be too widespread or heavy. That drops south into the afternoon, and look at our temperatures. So we peak likely before lunchtime with highs upper 60s near 70, and then temperatures will fall into the 50s in the afternoon with a breezy north wind and some lower humidity. We'll keep a Another low chance of some light rain into Tuesday due to some overrunning and moisture. Still a bit cooler on Tuesday, and then we're back in the 70s for the back half of next week. So the back and forth does continue, guys.
All right, thank you, Katie.
All right, Larry, the Spurs on the road tonight looking for a win in San Francisco.
Yeah, and the Spurs are playing in their Fiesta jerseys tonight, and we all know San Antonio loves Fiesta. So anytime the Spurs play in these colors, so far they're proven tough to beat when they wear that scheme. And in college football, will Eric Morris, is he going to leave UIW? We got the details coming up. Spurs wearing their City Edition Fiesta uniforms at the Golden State Warriors tonight. First quarter, Derek White steals the bad pass and lays it up and in, draws the foul, free throw good. Spurs led 13-9. Cue up Lonnie Walker, the fourth from distance, and the Spurs go up by 17. They led 36-21 after one. Second quarter, San Antonio still cruising. Lonnie goes layup for the Spurs' largest lead of the half, 43-21. Less than 10 seconds to go, White comes up with the steal, and he gets the layup and one. The free throw was good, and the Spurs led 67-58 at halftime. Third quarter, closing seconds, Steph Curry beats the buzzer from 38 feet, and it's 99-88 San Antonio after three. Can the Spurs hold on? Fourth quarter, less than 2 minutes ago, Spurs are down one or down two, and White makes a clutch triple off a missed free throw, 107-106 San Antonio, and he is definitely feeling it. Then DeJounte makes a layup with 33 seconds to go, and the Spurs do it. They hold on to beat Golden State 112-107 for their fourth straight win, and they're now 3-1 in their Fiesta jerseys.
They've been doing the same things for years and years. So, it's definitely a great learning lesson for us, win or lose, but we came out with the win. And as you've seen, we was playing really well. We was up, but we knew, with Golden State, your lead's not safe. That's a team that don't quit. So we had to keep our composure and just fight. And I think that's what we did. And we got the win.
They did indeed. Spurs will close out their three-game road trip Monday night at 8 at the Phoenix Suns.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Tomorrow afternoon, the Houston Texans will face the Indianapolis Colts for the final time this regular season. Indy won the first meeting at home 31-3 in Week 6. In the past 3 weeks, the Texans have allowed 12 sacks, 5 to Miami, 2 against Tennessee, and 5 last week against the Jets. Offensive tackle Charlie Heck was asked, what's up with that?
A lot of that comes down it'll be a small thing. Everything's different. Everything. It could be a bad communication up front. Could be a fundamental thing. And so we've been really taking a look at those, finding out where those issues are, and really focusing on fixing those.
Texans will host the Colts noon tomorrow at NRG Stadium. Thursday night, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Saints 27-17 to snap their 2-game losing streak while improving to 8-4 this season. Rookie linebacker Micah Parsons, who had 5 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback hits, said during postgame there's still stuff out there to get that's on the plate and the job isn't done. So he was later asked what stuff is still out there.
Man, the Super Bowl, playoffs, you got 5 games left. And, there's stuff to be done within them 5 games. I don't think it's time for me to sit on my couch and start smiling, eating Cheetos just yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do something way bigger than what anybody else thought we could do this year. So that's what I'm focused on. I'm just doing my job in the process.
Leave the Cheetos to Gerber. For the Cowboys' last 5 games are against the NFC East, including 3 in a row starting Sunday the 12th. At Washington. And it's being reported tonight by Matt Zenitz from On3 Sports that Washington State is expected to hire UIW football head coach Eric Morris as its offensive coordinator. Morris was hired by the Cardinals in December 2017. He led the Cardinals to an 10-3 record this season and the second round of the FCS playoffs.
Nobody minds if I sit on the couch and eat Cheetos, Larry.
Do I get some Cheetos or what?
As long as I have a napkin and I don't wipe it on the couch, then we're all fine.
I'm stealing some Cheetos.
As long as they're the hot ones. We'll be right back. Let us be the first to wish you good morning, San Antonio.
Thanks so much for watching and staying up late with us if you did.
We'll see you